November 23rd, 2014, the day of the revolution in women's sport, when 45,619 people arrived at Wembley to watch England ladies play Germany. The media went crazy. Facebook, Twitter, the newspaper, TV, radio, it all blew up with the fantastic news about this amazing rise in sport. If only it was true. 100 years ago, 53,000 people turned up to a park to watch 11 female factory workers from Preston play a football match. An extra 14,000 arrived, but were turned away because there was no space. The media is so fake and male-dominated, it's allowed to brainwash our society, telling us women's sport is the best it's ever been, when, in reality, 100 years has passed and we haven't even come in a full circle. As a football player myself, I have been able to see the negative impact the media has had on the attitudes of the public. Due to the lack of female sports coverage, which was only 5% of total UK sports coverage last year, it's just bad how bad women's sport is. When I was 10 years old, I approached a lady handing out stickers in the street. I was in my football kit on my way home from football training, and as she looked at me, she smiled, gave me the sticker, and said, "Here you go, young man." I remember thinking, it can't be my haircut, is it really that bad? But then, I remembered I was in my football kit. If the media gave us women more than a patronising pat on the back for coming so far, and actually accepted there's still a huge difference in the amount of funding, coverage and appreciation we get compared to men, then they might actually do something about it. Now, I'm not saying women's sports get no appreciation at all. I'm just asking you, is it really fair the winning team of the Men's Premier League, sponsored by Barclays, receives £22 million, and the winning team of the Women's Premier League, sponsored by no one, receives nothing? So, as I mentioned earlier, 100 years ago, 53,000 people watched a female football match. And then the men came back from the war and the FA decided that the women's body was not right for football because it's too fragile and it affected their childbearing capacity, so they put them in a box. Well, this is a message to all the male-dominated media out there. This time, we're not going back on our box because women's football is here to stay.